It's May. It's severely hot out here. You want to know why I still smell so good even though it's so hot? I'm out here in the wilderness in the elements. You want to know why I still smell so good? Because I use Mando. That's all you need to use if you want to make sure you're smelling good 24/7, man. So at shot.mando, you know what I'm saying? Use code LB2024 and reduce whatever. Stay ahead of whatever. Bottom line, smell good. Don't you want to smell good? I just don't understand some of y'all. There's no need to be out here smelling like an Italian hoagie with everything on it when you got products like Mando out here. Use code LB2024. That's it. Simple. Save over 40% off, man. Smell good all times of the day whenever you got to. Big Mando. It's here, man. We finally come to the point to where we all knew that we should be. OTAs. OTAs are upon us, and the Philadelphia Eagles are looking good during this time of the season. Better than I thought that they would look, to be quite honest, man. The guys are looking good in uniform. You see the coaches out there on the sideline. Everybody that's supposed to be participating is participating. You know what I mean? And some of the guys even took the podium, man. So let's get into some of the key things that I saw and the key things that I've read about, this first day of OTAs for the Philadelphia Eagles. This your guy, Lord Brunson, back at you with the back at you. Enjoying some good weather, just sitting outside on the front porch, ready to talk some birds with y'all, man. I've been keeping my eye out for OTAs and the videos for the last couple days. Today was the first day that the media was able to, get a first glimpse of the team. You know what I mean? Get a glimpse of the team practicing, guys in uniform and things of that nature. And it was just a beautiful sight, man. We are officially on a countdown, you know what I mean, to Brazil, if you ask me, man. Just the guys being there, guys looking happy to be there. BG, some vets, you know what I mean? Some of the younger guys out there, the new and improved, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter talked a little bit about that at the podium, but, somebody wasn't there. And this is a little, we got to talk about this one. Bradbury wasn't in attendance. Now, this is voluntary. I always got to point that out because sometimes those things don't really mean much. But, it is a guy, Bradbury, a guy in who we have drafted really, really well for his position. You know what I mean? If he don't pan out, we got some backups ready to rock and roll. So Bradbury not being there most likely gave a chance to one of the younger guys to go out there and get his foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? It gave a chance for one of the younger guys to go out there and get some of them reps with the ones. You know what I mean? And I think Quinyon Mitchell, most likely reaped some of the benefits of Bradbury missing in action for this workout. So, yeah, man, he wasn't there. It is what it is. We got some glimpses of Saquon Barkley, man. He looks really, really well. You know what I'm saying? We see some glimpses of, the quarterbacks and the quarterbacks throwing the ball, things of that nature. The guys just stretching, working out, having a good time. One key thing that I did see was that Jalen Hurts was working from an under the center posture, and I really, really like that for Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? We didn't really see many defensive highlights or many things from the defensive guys because, everybody is just, in awe about this offense and what this offense could be. One of my favorite Eagles reporters, man, it was, you know what I mean? He gave his key takeaways. These are things that we didn't see in the video, and I feel like, his takeaways say a lot about what the season can, what the season could be like. You know what I mean? The main thing from which he said was, A.J. Brown was used all over the field. And we know Kellen Moore likes to have a guy that he can lean on. He moved CeeDee Lamb around a lot. He moved Keenan Allen around a lot. A.J. Brown would be, that alpha wide receiver that we have, even though we have two in Smitty. But A.J. Brown would be that guy who would be probably the first candidate to be moved around. A lot of people suspect it to be Smitty, but I think you can use A.J. Brown in that same way as well. I think a lot of people sleep on that part of A.J. Brown's game because he's a bigger guy in stature, but you can move A.J. Brown all over the place, and A.J. Brown will reap the benefits from it. Saquon Barkley talked about, just being in awe of what the Philadelphia Eagles have in terms of guys that he saw when he looked to the left and the right of him in the huddle.
For me, like I said, it's new. Just going out there trying to learn the system. Biggest thing, that struck me is first 7-on-7 huddle, you see A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Jalen Hurts. It's not a bad group to be out there with, and that's not even including offensive linemen. But yeah, we're all just coming in, buying in, trying to learn the playbook, trying to learn the system, and trying to get better each day.
You know what I mean? And that's from a guy of Saquon Barkley's talent, who's in tier 1 of running backs in the National Football League, to come out here and say, well, I look to the left of me, I look to the right of me, and I see these names and these guys, and I know that it's different. I know I'm in a different culture. I know I'm in a different setting. It means a lot. It means a lot. And I think it's going to push guys like Jalen Hurts. I think it's going to push guys like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to, set the precedence of excellence for him. You know what I mean? But one thing I could take away from OTAs for real, is that I was extremely, and I do mean extremely, impressed by the way Jalen Carter talked. I was extremely impressed by the way Jalen Carter talked. I mean, Jalen Carter sounds like a guy that has matured, you know what I mean, going into a second year. He looks like a guy that's ready to take that next step, you know what I mean, and ease the blow of us missing, Fletcher a little less.
In the locker room, now Fletcher.
A lot changes. Our group, I don't think there's anybody over 25 years old, so we're very young, but we still got a lot of veterans as BG, Sweat. We still got those guys to really learn from and move on with. Yeah.
Fletcher always played a ton of snaps every year, and that will probably be you going forward. So how much of, your off-season focus and the team's focus for you, how much of that has been on just conditioning?
It's been a lot on conditioning. Really, I like to be more conditioned than working on technique because, we got all year for technique stuff. Work on technique every day in practice with our hands or working on pass rushes and stuff like that. But you really don't work on conditioning a lot. But conditioning was a lot of I did more conditioning than I did hand movement and stuff in the summer and stuff like that.
How would you define your first year? What do you think you can do better?
My first year was okay. It wasn't how I wanted it to end. Yeah. A lot of stuff that I seen on film was a lot of stuff I need to fix, but it's okay. We're here now, and I'm ready to be better than last year.
So I really am, impressed by the way he talks. I'm impressed by the way how he respects the way that Vic Fangio is old school and things of that nature. I respect it. I respect his outlook, and I respect the way that he, talks about the game and approaches the game from a second-year player. He says things like, we're all around the same age. Nobody is the leader. We're all learning together. And I like that, man. It's not too much pressure on these young guys to get to where they want to go. And he also talked about the conditioning of JD. He said JD looking good. You know what I mean? So, with day one of OTAs, what we really want to look at is just, you really can't look at too much. You know what I mean? But my main takeaway is Jalen Hurts being under center. You know what I'm saying? And A.J. Brown being moved all over around the place and being used everywhere. Guys are just trying to learn a playbook. This is the beginning of it, man. The beginning of it, man. Let's have a word with, one of my sponsors. Big Mando.